Nick Hawkins post-match reaction. West Ham 3, Steaua Bucharest 1. Europa Conference League. That weren't pretty, boys, I must admit, but the important thing is the result.
Yeah, I mean, before we start, I mean, obviously the atmosphere, obviously going into the game, it was a weird atmosphere, wasn't it? Obviously the news before the game about the Queen, obviously sad, and you come in the ground and there was no music. It was like and the players walked out to no music. It was just a very weird atmosphere, wasn't it? And I think that sort of spilled into the players because it was just a weird atmosphere. You can understand as well. But the first half, I thought they was all over us. To be fair.
To be honest, I thought it was all us, but every time they went up our end, it looked like they were going to score. We had most of the possession, we had most of the ball, we got the ball forward, didn't create anything. Benrahma, overall, when you look at him, he's been our informed player so far this season. It's the worst game I've seen him play in a West Ham shirt. And that just summed it up. He tried to run through people after time, lost the ball.
I think that was everyone, though. I can't think you can just pinpoint him. But when you look at like Scamacca, doing the right things, he's shooting. Fuck me, you might as well put me on now.
Yeah, he looked like
2004.
He looked like a 50 quid striker tonight and a 50 million pound striker. But no, look, it was good. It's game time for him. We've got to take it. He's just come back from an illness and he's getting back to match fitness.
He looked drained though. Do you not think that? When in them first games that we see him, he looked buzzing and.
One thing I said, but one thing I did say about him, he's got such a great first touch.
Yeah.
As soon as that ball's whipped into his feet, it's dead. He stops it dead, and he's already looking.
He's going to do great things here.
Yeah, of course he is.
Massively. He just needs time to gel, and then the players around him to gel. That's the thing. That's the good thing with these European games is that now we've got that option on the bench that we had like tonight. If things ain't going right, we can mix it up
This is the difference.
Yeah.
For me, because Flynn Downs came in. He's not played hardly any minutes of football. I thought he was superb tonight.
Yeah.
I thought he was superb. I think he ran that midfield, even over Declan.
Yep.
I think he was, he picked everything up. He put his body on the line. He controlled the play. He controlled the tempo of the play, really.
But
and then as soon as them substitutes...
He never shied away from the ball as well.
No, yeah.
That's what I'm saying. And this is what we said the other week. If you remember when we were saying about Downs should start, but we said he can't start alongside Souček, but alongside Rice, Moyes will give him that opportunity because Rice is obviously the more holding out of the two, and he will protect Flynn Downs in that midfield. And you're right, what he done tonight, when he lost the ball, he went and got it back. He never shied away, he dropped, he was looking for it, he played a couple through balls, he put Scamacca through for his chance. That was a great ball. And do you know what I loved about that as well? For such a young kid, he was frustrated with Scamacca because he thought, I've done my part, you do your part now, son, finish it.
You've come into a new side, you've took your time to get into the starting 11. You're playing well. You put a ball like that through.
It's an assist if he finishes it. It's an assist.
You expect him to bury that, at least hit the target. And the thing is, you could see Scamacca was angry in himself for missing it, and that's what you want to.
But I love that. Of course you do. You love that. And as me and Nicky said, we looked at the bench and look at the firepower that we had on the bench to come off and change the game, and it completely changed the game. I mean, they went 1-0 up. It wasn't a great goal, but I'd probably say they deserved it on the chances.
Yeah, massively. They did. They had. It was their goal was a carbon copy of a move they had probably 10 minutes previous, where I think we just managed to clear it, or he headed it wide. I can't remember what he did, but it was like a carbon copy. Come down at our left, our right. Sorry, swing the ball in. And he's unmarked at the back post, and Emerson tried to flick it over and couldn't get enough on it, and he was there to tap it in. And alarm bells started ringing then. Because as much as we had the ball, for me, first half, we did not look like scoring. And that was very worrying.
No, yeah, that was the worrying thing, because when you looked at the starting lineup, I was quite excited with that starting lineup, because I thought, you got Cornet there, Scamacca, Benrahma, we're going to get chances, but we couldn't really create anything. But I thought Cornet, I thought he had an half-decent game. He didn't set the world alight. I'm not going to wake up in the middle of the night and think, fucking hell, what a great performance by Cornet. But I thought he done well. I thought he done really well. He wants to take players on, and that's what I like to see.
The things that we've got to get right, the things that they've got to go out there. You see the way Steaua Bucharest, who's meant to be many tiers below us, knock the ball around. We can't pass the ball. We struggle to pass the ball tonight at times. Like even simple 5-yard pass, and we've seen that bleeding into the Premier League games. In the first couple of Premier League, not the last two. We've been quite good in the last two, maybe 2.5. But it's just a simple passing, the sharpness of the passing, the speed of the passing, knowing where there's going to be runs, knowing where they should be. It's all got to come. I know it's all got to come because obviously we've got a standard of player now that can do that.
Yeah, and you see that in the second half because you notice the difference when you brought players like Paqueta on and Bowen. They're doing little flicks and they know where they're going to go. In the first half, it was like a bit of a mixed team, so they've got to get used to each other, and it will click. Yeah. It will click. They'll get used to each other. And
I think with Paqueta when he come on, he misplaced a lot of passes. Yeah. And I think
I thought he was poor.
Yeah,
to be honest,
but I think that's him. He's trying too hard, if you know what I mean. Trying to fit into trying to make things work.
I don't think he's trying. I don't think he's trying too hard. I just think that some players ain't on his level yet.
No, but some of his passing was fine.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying about his passing, but you see it when he's knocking it around the corner and no one's there.
He gets his head up and there's no one there. People ain't making the runs. But was it him who put the ball through to Antonio for the goal?
Yeah.
That for Antonio to make that run.
Where are you going? I thought you was making a run then.
But for Antonio to make that run, that's not what we normally see from Antonio. And Antonio's picking up, hold on a minute, I've got a player now in this midfield who's going to look to play that ball.
Not only that, mate, Antonio played like he knew that he's got a striker in front of him now. And that's what Antonio's going to be good at, coming off the bench. Bullied them today.
When they come on was Bowen, Fornals. I thought Fornals was excellent.
I think the three subs at half time
looks like, I think you're right. But Antonio looks like the Antonio that we had at the beginning of last season. He knows he's got competition and the pressure isn't all on his shoulders.
The one I'm saying with the Paqueta where he played ball for was a chance he missed. But the way he rolled the defender for his goal, he deserved just the movement he showed then. Rolling defender, getting in front of him, getting it out of his feet. And it was a good finish.
And the thing is as well, Cornet, fair play to him, putting his body on the line to win us that penalty. He's obviously gone off. I don't know how serious it is. I don't think it's that bad. I think it might have just winded him really bad.
Concussion? Did he go down?
I don't know, mate. Where I sit, I don't know, mate. He could have had anything wrong with it. I'm just making it up now as I go along. But what a penalty by Bowen. Yeah. What a penalty. Julian Dix-esque, mate.
We needed that.
Julian Dix-esque. Smash it. No Declan Rice plays it.
We needed a penalty to be a proper penalty. Yeah. And Rice's miss was shocking. I thought Paqueta was going to take it. But
I'll be honest though, when he hit it, when it starts going that high straight away, I bet his heart was beating a little bit. But as soon as it hit that back of the net and you hear that crowd roar, you run over and celebrate. And he deserves it.
As we sit here now, as you say, we're still getting used to each other. The important thing is tonight we didn't lose. We didn't go and do like what Chelsea done last night and lost the game. We've got the points on the ball. It doesn't matter at the end of the day. At the end of the day, you're not going to sit there and go, oh yeah, we won, but the performance was good. We've got the points. Doesn't matter. Roll on to the next game. It looks like there's going to be a bit of a break in play. We're hearing rumours that there's going to be a bit of a break in play because of the tragic events that's happened today, and it might do us a favour because it gives us more time on the training field. It gives us a little bit more time to get a few injured players back, the likes of Johnson, Cresswell, etc., etc. Souček. But there's options now. We've got a lot of different players that can play different ways, and that's where we've lacked.
Yeah, that's it.
And that's what we've needed. That's what we've needed for a long time.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Plan A didn't work tonight. We had a plan B. How many times last season did we say, if only we had a plan B?
But the thing is, you look at that bench as well. There's a plan C on there as well. You can mix it up even more, and that's what we need. That's the difference tonight, and that's why I said to Andy, who's sitting behind me tonight, once we got that first goal, I turned around and said to him, "We'll win this 3-1. We'll go and get another couple of goals."
We got that first goal. We looked like a completely different side.
We tried the tippy-tappy shit in the first half. Didn't work. So what we've done in the second half? Brought the steamrollers on. Yeah.
Bullied them. Antonio, they was frightened of him. I mean, don't get me wrong. I thought in the first half they were very good at blocking our shots. It was frustrating the hell of the life out of the people around me, but they was chucking their bodies on the line.
I'll tell you what. I think their two centre halves overall for the 90 minutes. I thought they played. Really
I thought their number 5 was Kurt Zouma. I thought Zuma had slipped on a Bucharest shirt.
Very similar build. Very similar. Like the way he walks, the way he runs. I said to you, they might have turned up with 10, and Zuma's.
Yeah, Zouma went, I need some game time.
I thought they, especially first half, they defended really well.
Yeah,
they were well organised, resolute. They put their bodies on the line, and I said the centre half ate everything up.
Yeah. I always thought we'd get goals though tonight.
Yeah, I think our back four as well. I think Soufal going forward was poor. Defending, he was good. Yeah. Opposite on Emerson, wasn't it? It weren't great defending, but going forward, and he's got his first goal for the football club.
Yeah, you can see in a way why Chelsea let him go, because he's a good player. You can see he's a good player. I think he'll be a very good left.
He's not a
back for us.
fantastic player.
He's not, yeah, and that's why I think we've managed to get him. You know, look, he's won the European.
He won the European Championships with Italy,
Yeah,
Champions League, Europa League.
So he's got a good pedigree behind him. He's got that winning mentality. And again, he was trying to look to go forward all the time. Something Creswell doesn't do. You know, he was trying to take people on. He was looking to play the ball forward. He wasn't always looking to go back to the keeper. What Creswell now does, because he knows he can't get forward as much. And that was a positive thing, because I think that went through to a few other players. Flynn Downs, look to play, look to go forward. You know, and then it rubs off, and then the other players start doing it. Where we've been so used to going sideways, backwards, now we're looking to play forwards, which is what we needed.
No, I agree, mate. I agree. I totally agree. And it's a great win. It's a great way to start off the European campaign in the Conference League, unfortunately. But it would have been a bit embarrassing if we'd have lost tonight. You know, especially after last season when Tottenham didn't have a great time in this competition.
I've got to say this, the amount of away fans in our sections tonight was a disgrace. The club need to clamp down on that. I bet Dom was shitting himself. Yeah.
Now, the thing is as well, like in all seriousness, when they scored their first goal, straight away you could see all over the ground pockets of fights going off. You know. And the steward in there, I mean, there was one steward there, he must have looked about 15, bless him, and he was the only one up there. Yeah. And they're calling down.
Even Steward, he was in there.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, but it shouldn't. He shouldn't have to do that. It should be the older lot that are up there.
Yeah, the thing is as well though is that, you know, we keep bringing up about away fans sitting in the home end. Look, we've been games where we've sat in the home end before. It's about how you act when you're in the home end. You don't wear colours, you don't celebrate when your team scores. There were so many Bucharest fans sitting in the stadium tonight.
When I got here about 6:30, 7:15 tonight, I walked through them security barriers tents over there, and there was about 100 of them behind me. Yeah. I thought they was all walking around towards the away end. They all went through these turnstile we are.
Like, you know, it's endangering people.
It is.
And like the club need to find a way to clamp down on this. They need to find a way to clamp down on it, because I feel that they don't care really. They've got their money,
and that's it.
And it's probably 2,000-3,000 more people sitting in their stand than would have been sitting in their stand if they hadn't sold it to them. You know, but it's poor. It's poor from them.
Yeah, they've took the tickets because, you know, look, whatever your circumstances, we know people strapped for cash at the minute. We know people can't make it because of work commitments and stuff like that. But as the club look at it from a whole, if West Ham fans ain't going to buy the tickets, someone's got to buy the tickets. You know, but as I said,
and the thing is as well, you don't know, they could have bought them under fake names. You know, you don't need no history when you buy tickets here, do you? Especially home games.
It's how you act for me. If you're going in the away end, you're going in the home end away game, you act the right way.
But they're a different breed, European fans, isn't they? They
don't give a shit.
They don't care. Most of them acted the right way.
Yeah, they did. Yeah.
That's, you know, as a whole, there was pockets.
The shameful thing that I see is that obviously when they scored, a couple of people jumped up, and there was pockets of fights going on around, and there was obviously a Romanian family. You could say there was a Romanian family with baby and all that. Went running down the stairs.
Yeah.
You know, and went home.
Yeah.
And I think to myself, like, if you're doing it respectfully,
and that's it, and that's the thing. It's about you're respecting the people that are around you, and that's the thing, and that's what a lot of people don't do. You know, we can't criticise away fans coming into home ends because we've done it before.
At these turnstiles, week in, week out, in Tottenham shirts,
but that's the thing.
Opposition fan shirts.
Yeah,
they're idiots.
Don't do that.
They're idiots.
And that's the difference. That is the difference.
But yeah, it is what it is, I guess, and it's. But the club needs to start.
Yeah, but let's take the positives for tonight. It's a good victory. You know, it'll give the team a good confidence. Goal scorers getting the goal. Bowen on the score sheet again. He hasn't scored in the Premier League, but he has in Europe now. That's 2 for him in this competition. So yeah, nice. Onwards and upwards. Hopefully we can get the first 3 games out of the way, 3 wins, and then you're through, in you basically. But
home games are key.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you very much for joining us on this edition of West Ham Fan TV's post-match reaction. Due to the circumstances from earlier, there will be no Friday night pint tomorrow. We might try and resolve something on Saturday if we can get something up, a pre-recorded something or whatever. But there will be no live Friday night pint. Yes, there'll be a complete media blackout tomorrow. After these fan cams go up, we won't be on social media at all until Sunday. Saturday.
Yeah.
What day is it today?
It's Thursday. Yeah.
There will be no content going up at all tomorrow until Saturday. So, thank you very much.
Rest in peace, our Queen.
Yeah.
God save the Queen.
Let's say a few words about the Queen. It's not really our place to say. We're obviously football commentators and whatever, but
We're not. No, we're
fans.
no, we're born and bred English. She's our Queen. She served this country for so long. And when you look at the story behind it, she shouldn't even have been doing it. It was only that the line was crossed over and her dad took over, and then she ended up, her father passed away, and she ended up giving basically her life for this country over 70 odd years. And you know, it's sad for the country, you know, and there'll be mourning around the world. You know, it was sad, and respect to the Bucharest fans in there tonight. You know, there could have been, you know, whistling and that, but they obviously made an announcement before and they clapped and joined in. And yeah, it's sad, and it's a sad loss for the country, and it's going to change our country. It will. It's going to change it, and bless her heart. You know,
it's
she.
Certain circumstances at the moment, especially with like the cost of living and I think Parliament's now suspended for 10 days. So there's still a lot with the new Prime Minister coming in. There's still a lot to be discussed in the country, and we don't know how that's going to go. Uncertain times for this country, and we've lost a pillar.
We've lost the nation's nan. You know, we've all like generations of mums and dads and have grown up, and that's all we've known. You know, and she, you know, for me, I think that once like Prince Philip went, I think that was sort of like, and you know, she was on the decline then, and bless her, she still tried even till the other day. She was shaking the new Prime Minister's hand. You know,
even though she was unwell, and that showed the type of person that she was.
But not even that, Scott. Even in the Jubilee, when she's doing the videos with Paddington Bear, she always had a good sense of humour.
Yeah.
You know, and we've lost a lovely woman. You know, our Queen, and she'll always be our Queen. Mm-hmm. You know, whatever going forward now, you know, we won't be singing "God Save the Queen" no more. It'll be "God Save the King," obviously, and in our lifetimes, unless anything major happens, we'll only ever see kings now, because obviously Charles and then William will go on, and then obviously we ain't going to see William, but then you got George, so there'll always be generations of kings now.
Yeah, and that's the thing. It's a defining moment in this country's history now. No one's, chances are, unless something major happens, no one's ever going to see a queen or king reign the length of time that she's done. You know, she's done a good job. There's a lot of people out there that don't like the monarchy, but she brings so much to the country and so much to people, and you see that tonight with the people going down to the Mall.
No country unites like the United Kingdom. Mm-hmm. You know, so we'll get together. You know, we'll mourn. Of course we will. You know, it's going to be sad the next couple of weeks, and you know, I'm sure that the country will do her proud, give her the send off she deserves, and long live the Queen.
Thank you very much for joining us on this edition of the post-match reaction. As I said, media blackout tomorrow, so there will be no Friday night pint. But come back, we won't be building up towards the Newcastle game, because there more than likely is no Newcastle game. But there will be content going up across the channel. So if you're new around here, subscribe. And one thing left to say.
Come on, Lions.